What is up, guys? Wild Air Raid here. So today I'm going to do something a little bit different than what I've done before with my videos. Before I've been doing either having my music that I'd been listening to in the gameplay or music that I added afterwards. Today I'm going to try and do a commentary and just talk about what I saw at the time in the game and just anything that pops into my head. Yeah, so let's get started here. First down, we're in quarters here, so I have both my safeties and run fits, and he gets a gain of 3 yards there. Now we're at 3rd and 4. Let's see what he's doing. He's going pass here. A little out route from his tight end, which he goes to, and he does not get it. Now 4th and inches. You should really be going for a 4th and inches pretty much anywhere on the field, even if you're on your own, say your own 11-yard line. You should be going for it there. Especially with how limited possessions are in Madden. So 4th down here, I get kind of messed up on this play. I wasn't able to pick the play I wanted, then I wasn't able to get into a look I wanted. He really should have converted that, but Fitzgerald dropped that pass. Right here, come out and mesh. I'm going to check the Y corner here, just go with simple quick pass, figure out what he's up to on defense. Here, I scrambled there. I was hoping to get a good throw to one of those slants, but I never got the window, so I just checked down. I could have thrown that right away out of the pocket too, to that little swing pass. I was trying to force a bigger gain there. Here, just 5 men in the box. I'm going to check that inside zone. Going to go hurry up. Here, I'm going to check to Y stick. I'm going to see he's in man coverage, and he locks everyone up. I got through all of my reads here. Right before I take off, right there is when I got all the way to X. That's really why you want to have a dual threat quarterback, so that when people lock up all your routes, you actually have an option. You want a quarterback who can make plays when things don't go according to the plan or things break down. Any quarterback can execute the play if it goes according to design and everything goes according to plan. You don't need a spectacular quarterback. That's really what separates an average quarterback from a great one, is how good are you when things don't go according to plan. That's really why I don't buy into pocket passers and hot route master for your quarterback. Because no one's perfect at designing their plays or getting the right play call for the situation, and I want a quarterback who can bail me out in those situations where I don't put myself in the right look. See what he does here. Just going to run a little outside zone or stretch run from pistol spread. He's in Arizona's book, but he didn't really impress me that much with how he ran it. He wasn't really running air raid. He was running Arizona's playbook, but he wasn't following any type of system, or he had no rhyme or reason to what he was doing, is the best way of putting it. Here I'm in cover 6 invert. I'm going to take away that curl route, and I don't know what he is thinking there, because he had the back open in the flat there, and I don't know why he didn't check that down. Instead he chose to throw. I guess Hopkins is a good jump ball receiver, but throwing a jump ball 60 yards down the field isn't the smartest move, especially when your receiver doesn't have position. And I was late too. If your guy's got him beat, or he's got a step on him and can out leverage him and either to the front or to the sideline, jump ball might be the right option. Right here I'm reading blitz. Alright, so here you're going to see me make a mistake. I'm going to check down to my running back, or I'm going to try to, thinking that he's blitzing and the running back's going to be uncovered. It's just an issue of predetermining my read and not actually reading the coverage. There I had the post route open, I had the mesh route from Y open. Both of those were options. Instead, I predetermined where I'm going with the ball, and I throw an interception. It's just a bad habit I've got to learn to break. Just check the inside zone again. I'm getting a pretty good gain here. He's sitting in cover 2 a lot. Does some cover 2 zone and cover 2 man. Generally against those too high safety looks out of cover 2. The safeties aren't in run fit, so checking the inside zone, you've got a 5-man box. You've got the numbers. I'm going to run a little slip screen. Slip screens are actually quite a bit better this year. That one I got 4 yards out of it, but really like with users not being able to react as fast, they can't try and be ready to cover a route and jump down on the slip screen to blow it up in the backfield as easily. And then just your running back's not going to get stuck on the offensive line either, as you see me keep it there on a little read option play. Actually, that's an RPO play. I thought I could have hit the tight end in the flat there and gotten a pretty good game with it because I had the numbers. But he wound up taking away the dive play there, then jumping back out with his user to cover the tight end. That kind of forced me to run with Watson there. Here we get a little pressure inaccurate. I was saying, like, Deshaun Watson, his throw under pressure is not great. Darren Fells, we pick up 10 yards. Fells isn't that fast of a tight end. I think he might be low 70s speed or something. But Jordan Akins is somewhere in the low 80s. I think it's maybe like a plus 5 or 6 speed difference between the two. And I'm probably going to switch to Akins as my tight end from now on for the Texans. Yeah, there's not that much of a difference between their catching and catching traffic and route running. I think Fells is a little bit better on short route running, but on deeper and mid, yeah, they're pretty much equals. Let's see what I check to here. I'm going to check the mesh here from 3x1. A tray open. I see the out route's taken, that post is out taken, so I check down to Fells on that mesh route there. Just possession catch that. Here I'm just saying 5 men in the box again. Probably in cover 2, so I'm going to check the inside zone again. Like, he didn't really adapt much for that, trying to stop the inside zone, despite how much I was gashing him with it. Kept wanting to sit in cover 2 for most of the game. That's generally why I run like quarters and palms, because I have both safeties in the run fits and they can get down in the box faster and stop the run, versus just leaving your defense out there to high and dry with only 5 men in the box against spread offenses. See what it is there. Watkins makes a play there. Just breaks up the pass and jumps in front of it. You're going to see I'm going to put Whitney Merciless in the spy there, and you're going to see him pick it off on that little spot route he tries to throw to his tight end there. Saying people don't really notice linemen dropping back into coverage. Yes, it's like, even I have a problem with that. You just check the guy off and you think he's blitzing and you don't realize he's dropping back. Here, this is what you should never do. Don't move your safeties way up in cover 2. Again, if you do, you need to be ready to drop back immediately. You see how he got caught flat-footed there? It was over for him immediately. It's not how you play good defense. Here I get caught on my D lineman. He makes a good read and gets it to Fitzgerald out on the sideline. Makes a good play. See what he does here. Oh, here I get flagged for pass interference, even though I was trying to make a play on the ball. I like the change in general. I would like it doesn't account for situations there where the defender has the right to the football and is trying to make a play on it, and the contact's just incidental. But I'm willing to take that trade-off in favor of people ramming receivers and pushing them all the way back up the field. Or just hits Hopkins on the little curl route. Now, like last year, I remember had a game I ran wide shallow cross. The guy took his user and ran my tight end on the shallow cross and drove him up past the depth of the dig. So I really had no one open on that play. Or you see Watkins get an interception again. He made quite a few plays for me this game. Here I'm going to run a little read option there with Watson. Saying they added quite a few read options to Arizona's playbook, which I really like. Here I come out on Y sail. I ran Y sail again here. That probably wasn't the best read on my part. Fells didn't really have leverage, but it's 1v1. Would have liked to see Fells on the outside of that guy instead of the inside. Gonna run a little mesh with an auto motion here out of Trey Week, I believe is the name of the formation. Here I throw it to Fells. This time Fells had a step on him, but the ball gets broken up. That's kind of another reason why I want to replace Fells is that speed issue. Just throw it out to swing routes. Swing routes are a lot better this year. They get out to the sideline faster. Then they also don't try and step out of bounds immediately after catching the ball. You can actually turn upfield with them. So people who don't defend the flats, they're going to be in trouble if you're willing to take that check down every time. I'm going to run a little mesh post and hit Cooks. Brandon Cooks I think he's a good addition for the Texans. He gives them that vertical threat as a receiver. The Texans offense was kind of dead in the water last year without Will Fuller out there. Kenny Stills could kind of stretch the field, but he didn't have he wasn't the same take the top off the defense type of guy that Will Fuller was. And Brandon Cooks kind of brings that element, so now we've got two receivers who can take the top off of the defense. So you come out and halfback angle smash. There I didn't see the pressure coming in. I thought pre-snap thought he might have been in blitz. Then after that, I saw that one linebacker sitting in the middle of the field, so I didn't think he was coming in a blitz. I didn't notice the other guy coming in free to hit my quarterback. Bad read on my part. Here I run a slip screen, but my offensive line gets all tangled up. Get no blockers out in front. Here I'm going to run mesh again, 3rd and 11. You're going to see I'm going to drag Fuller over there and put Kenny Stills on a whip route to try and create a second rub on mesh. Because I suspected he was a man, and he was. I could have probably gotten a pretty big gain if I hit Stills over there. He had no one over the top, and if I'd rat caught that, might be looking at a pretty big gain. That was kind of later in my progression at the time. Just checked the inside zone again on 4th and 3. He gave me a 5-man box. Go hurry up here. What am I going to do here? I don't remember what I did here. I'm blank. We're checking we're going to run mesh post again. Here we get off the Fells. We had pressure up the middle again. We didn't really get anything out of that. Second and 9, I'm going to check the white corner here. This play is pretty good. I like those two little underneath routes. It's a pretty good goal line play actually. I like it down there. And the pass gets broken up to Stills. 3rd and 9, I believe I'm going to check the white cross right here. Kind of more of a vertical stretching play. See if I can push the ball downfield a bit more. You're going to see Chandler Jones just beats Titus Howard right off the snap. I'm forced to scramble for Watson. That's another situation where you want that quarterback who can make those plays when things don't go according to plan. Your Brady and your Breeze, they aren't going to help you there. Like any quarterback can execute the game or execute the offense when everything goes according to plan. See, there's a bug in the game with those mesh routes against man. If you throw it too soon, they'll act like it's zone and the quarterback will throw it like it's zone. So, like you see there, the tight end should have kept going and that would have been a completion, but instead he stops, the quarterback throws it behind him, and it gets intercepted. See, JJ Watt had a really good pressure there and forced him to run out of the pocket. Yeah, 2nd and 9 here. And he didn't see Watkins there. And Watkins made quite a few plays this game. He had an interception earlier, deflected a pass on 1st down. And the play after that, it led to an interception. I was looking for that square in because I saw that it was going to be open, but it just took too long. Here I'm going to block my running back and try the same play again. People want to define sim as not running the same play ever, or even multiple times in a game sometimes, which I don't really buy into. If the guy's not going to adapt on defense, why not run the same play? If you know you've got something or you know it works, you just stick with it. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. See, even in real life, like how Mummy ran mesh one time in a game like 52 times, I think. He threw it like maybe 60 or 80 times that game. 52 of them he ran mesh on. Now, you can't tell me any of the people who claim to be Sim Madden players are better offensive minds than him. See, the Texans, is there a game last year against the Jags in England? They ran this little RPO where they'd motion a guy over, Watson would run the read option, then he'd roll out into the flat and have another option where he could dump it off the tight end or run it himself. They ran that play, I don't remember how many times, but it was quite a few in that game, and the Jaguars had no answer for it. And there he hits Larry Fitzgerald on 3rd and 15, and Larry hangs onto it. So now he's going to go for it on 4th and 3. See what he does here. I'm going to come out and gun doubles offset weak. Here I'm kind of fumbling around trying to find a play that I want to run against that. Come out and cover one man. And he hits Hopkins again on that same little curl route that he hit me earlier before the end of the half. Now he comes in out and trips. Running a little drive play there. And Watt forces the pressure inaccurate and causes the interception. Now, Watt made several plays this game. He saved a touchdown. And then he caused that interception where but he never showed up in the stat sheets. It's kind of something I wish they would include as QB pressures and QB hits. He never got any sacks this game, but he made plays. He saved a touchdown. He forced that turnover there. You see David Johnson just take it to the house. Here he's just trying to play hero ball again and throw it up to Hopkins regardless of the coverage. And gets intercepted. Here I don't really do this much, go under center. This is more kind of a gadget play for me that you might see once every 20 games maybe. Probably even not that frequently. It's a very rare thing for me to go under center. I don't buy into the idea of adding more people to the box. You go under center, you add extra blockers. Well, they're going to move more people into the box. So what advantage did you gain? You spread them out, force them to have a 5-man box where it's a lot easier to read how many people you have to count for in the run game. I'm going to run a little screen pass to Fuller, but I don't get anything out of it. Just drops it. And I went for it on 4th down, but I didn't get it. See, this is the only sack we get this game. It's kind of thing like Whitney Merciless will show up in the stat sheet and look like he's a better pass rusher than Watt, but that's really the only thing he did that game in terms of getting after the quarterback. And JJ Watt prevented a touchdown where I screwed up with my user. I should have bracketed DeAndre Hopkins on a post route and he forced pressure or a throw off sack animation. Otherwise it would have been a touchdown. Then he forced that interception. In this game I ran quite a bit more than what I'm used to. Usually I'm probably like a 70 to 80% passer. It really varies depending on what my opponent does. He gave me a lot of cover 2 here, which is why I checked the inside zone frequently. And I had 2 scrambles with Watson where one I had no one open, then Chandler Jones just blew through my right tackle and went after Watson and I was forced to scramble. So there are 158 rushing yards, 161 passing. That's probably the most rushing yards I've had in quite a long time. Probably, I don't know if I ever broke 150 in Madden 20. See Watson, 19 of 28. See what my rushing numbers are here. So 8 carries for Johnson, 4 for Watson, so saving Johnson 7 catches for only 17 yards though. See Cooks was my most explosive guy there. Fuller just because of my read progressions, Fuller didn't get a lot of targets in that game. Someone is usually open before him. He steals 2 catches. Almost caught 2 touchdowns there on that slant and that slot fade. See, Watt never really shows up in the stat sheets because they don't want to include QB pressures and QB hits. But yeah, that's pretty much everything I wanted to talk about. Peace.